To get underway, the bronze medal match in the women's team event. It's Turkey against USA. Turkey on the left there with the white tops. USA just taking their position on that right-hand side.
On target number 1, representing Turkey, Songul. İpek Tomru. Duru Dikle Uzun. On target number 2, representing United States of America, Madison Cox. McKenna Proctor. Anna Scarborough. The line judge for this match is Rafi Sultanov.
So if you're new to the women's team compound, it's, as you can see, 3 archers on each team, and we will have 4 ends of 6 arrows a team.
Target number 2 is shooting first.
2 teams alternate, so America will go first. They will fire their 3 arrows, and then it will be the turn of the Turks, and then we repeat that process again. Well, in the under-18s earlier on in the day, the USA picking up 3 silver medals and a bronze. Can they go one better and pick up a gold in the under-21s? Anna Scarborough now with the USA's 3rd arrow. A good start for the 20-year-old, and now it's over to Turkey. İpek Tomruk with a strong start, a 10 for her. Quite able to match her teammates' 10s. Hear the encouragement from the stands, not just from the coaches behind the teams, but from their teammates as well watching. Good shot from Proctor. So it's 57 for the USA. Susan with another 10. Makes it 10 as well. So a good start for Turkey. We'll wait for confirmation of those scores. But your first early thoughts?
Well, there's not much in it, is there? Both on 58 first end in, so I think it's going to be a tight match. What was interesting for me, the first archer of the USA came out with quite a short, what would otherwise called a long rod. So you notice most of the archers shoot with a long rod with weights on the end, and that helps the archer stabilise the bow and aim well. That first archer coming out with a very short rod, we might see it on the replays now, you can see it now. That is usually called a wind bar. So if you're expecting the conditions to be quite windy, some people go with a shorter bar in the theory that you're not going to get blown around as much by that wind, so you put heavier weight closer to the bow instead. So quite interesting that they're thinking, you know, it's probably going to be quite windy out there and actually changing their equipment for that.
So I have them as all square after the first end, with Turkey registering 5 10s. USA getting 4 and 2 9s. Turkey's 6th was an 8. Madison Cox going first again. How do you decide the order of shooting?
Yeah, so there's a few different ways you could decide. Quite often teams will put their strongest archer either out first or out last, because they tend to be the higher pressure positions to, you know, start a match off or even to finish it. But it also can be down to how quickly you can shoot and if you've got the ability to get an arrow away quickly at the end if need be. So yeah, a few factors to decide it.
A smile and a sigh of relief from Anna Scarborough. They pick Tomrook with a 10. Lock was the only one to have dropped any points for Turkey in the first end. Scarborough's turn again. She'll be also competing in the bronze medal match for the women's individual later in the day. Right now, her focus is on this match. Excellent arrow from Tomrook. There's a lot of talking, isn't there, in the Turkish camp? I think that's coming mostly from the crowd.
Yeah, we can hear a lot from the crowd. Perhaps talking their athletes through it. Sometimes they want to hear particular words or phrases that help them make the shots.
So once again, impossible to separate these two teams.
X10-9, 10-9-9. Come on, X10-9, X9-9.
Now, when it's so close, what is there anything the coaches can do to help their athletes?
I think really just staying in the present, staying with your process. You know, the archers shouldn't be thinking about the score or if they're winning or losing. They've just got to stick to their job. You know, there's nothing you can do about the outcome right now. All you can focus on is what you're doing. So the coach's role there is really just to keep them calm, keep them happy, try and make them laugh, you know, try and relax between the ends, because you can't keep focused all that time. So they're just there to support you in the best way they can.
This sport all about processes. You know, you develop them through training, through many hours of training and practice. And the important thing then is once you've got it where you want it, to keep it as it is. So you're not going to see, and I'm asking Nikki, we're not going to see anything that is kind of radically different from any of these archers, from what we would expect to see in training or in any other match.
Yeah, exactly. So, you know, everything you practice in practice, exactly the same when it comes through to competitions. You've got to practice every element of the shot, whether that's your mental program, so what you're thinking about as you're shooting, that kind of thing as well. It's important you're practicing all of that, not just hoping that it will be there when you come to competition.
So an 8 and a 9 for the USA. This first set of the third round, third end rather. Bible brings up their score with a 10.
I think they're getting hit by the wind, and we've seen this in previous matches where you're getting arrows to the left. I think some gusting around the venue. It's That is the error we've seen so far through these finals.
Yeah, the wind conditions have been changing through the day. Started quite calmly, then they got stronger, then they calmed down again during the under-18s medal matches, but now you have a bit more breeze as the USA get another 10. Scarborough, one of her 3 medal matches of the day. A smile from her, job done this time. And İpek Tomruk here of Turkey, she will face Anna Scarborough in the mixed team bronze medal match later on.
Aşın.
Hadi 10 saniyemiz var. Ortada kal. 5 saniye. 3.
10.
Good way to finish their third end.
Target 2. X9.
The USA arrow that they need to double check.
X9.
So a really good third end for the USA, and they've sneaked ahead of the Turks in this bronze medal match now. And we'll just wait for confirmation of the scores before we work out what their advantage is going into the final end. So 171 to 168. So they've gone from being all even to the USA edging forwards, a 3-point lead with 6 arrows left per team. Thinking about your coaching tips, Nikki, I mean, it makes life a lot easier, doesn't it, if you're not worried about the score, if you're just thinking about repeating your perfect process as many times as possible.
Exactly right. You can't control the outcome. You can't control what the other team's going to do. You can't control if you're going to get hit by a load of wind. All you can do is stick to you and stick to your process. So, you know, it's you and the target. That never changes in competition or practice.
So that looked like a 10 and 2 9s for their first 3 arrows. McKenna Proctor. 3 9s and a 10 so far in this match for her. I think the wind has eased for the latter stages of this match. So Turkey to get as many points as possible, and then it's just a case of sitting and waiting to see what the USA does. Ooh. Disappointment for Özun. And again, slightly left. So
Yeah,
a
the
total
whole
of
team going over there.
Yeah, total of 216. You're saying, Nikki?
Yeah, the whole team going over there. Like the middle archer, you could see like this little movement before the bow went off, and I thought, well, that's not probably going to hit the middle, but couldn't see much wrong with the last one. So whether they are getting hit by a little bit of wind or over aiming off, the flags look pretty still, don't they?
No evidence of a left bias on the American shots. Final arrow for USA. The match is theirs. And that seals the deal. Anna Scarborough of the USA fires the last arrow and takes those final points to give the USA victory in this bronze medal match.
Target 2.
So Turkey sadly go home empty-handed.
9.
Worst position of all, isn't it? 4th place. But for the USA, it's celebrations for that bronze medal.
Target 2 is the winner.
And in the end, Nicky, it was a convincing victory, wasn't it? 2-1-6 against 2-2-8. And really those last 3 arrows that the Turks fired were really... well, they were undoubtedly their worst of the match.
Yeah, just too many flyers for Turkey. You know, the USA keeping everything. Really, the goal there, that 1-8 just outside that went to the measure, but I think was called out still. But yeah, much more consistency from the Americans, and you know, a well-fought match.